newly born.
Frankincense for the newly born.
Would you accept this book token? Well, I didn't know what else to get him.
Hi there, y'all. This is your old pal, Buddy Max Bedroom. Here to review some of the latest waxings. Okay, hot off the presses from America is Michael Jackson's latest his chin. Well, this seems to be the year of singers getting together. For instance, Simple Minds are getting together with Samantha Fox and Pepsi and Shirley. And they're gonna call the band Simple Minds. Hot news. Mick Jagger's new video had to be entirely reshot when someone noticed his shirt was wrinkled. Then it had to be reshot again when they realized he wasn't wearing a shirt. Video ones are the best. Funny. Okay, video. Let's take a look at one of the latest. See you soon. I've got a hi. Sorry, wrong way. Hi.
I wish I were a superstar. I don't know why I'm not. Because after all, I've everything that Michael Jackson's got. Like him, I've got a monkey. He's a funny little chap. I've also got a little snake, but I can't show you that. I've got a furry llama that I call my little chum. Guess where I stuck his Jim Jams? No, you're wrong, it's in his thumb. Chase me, chase me. You wanna touch me, don't you? Chase me, chase me. You can't take your eyes off me, can you? His tent is full of oxygen, but mine's a lot more fun. I use it when I'm camping. Here, do you lads want to come? So what about these dancers, eh? I think they're great, don't you? They think they stand no chance with me. I'll tell you what, they do. Chase me, chase me. You want to touch me, don't you? Chase me, chase me. You can't take your eyes off me, can you?
Lofty! Lofty! Come on.
Hello, Shell.
Oh, look at the state of you. Can't you tidy yourself up?
Yeah, well, it's all right for you, innit? I've been in that kitchen slaving over a hot stove, boiling water and hot pans.
What's for dinner then?
Salad, Shell.
So why have you been slaving over hot stove?
Yeah, well, I've been trying to steam this letter open, Shell.
I don't know why you bother. It's addressed to you.
Oh, is it? I couldn't see because of all the steam went in my eyes. I'll open it, eh, Shell? Oh, Shell.
Bad news.
Yeah, they turned down my application to join the army.
Oh, Lofty, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know it must have meant a lot to you, Lofty. Joining the army, doing your bit for peace and stability in the world and all that. You must be really disappointed.
I am disappointed, Shell. I bought a tambourine and everything, and I've got one of them little collection boxes and the flags. And...
You're talking about the Salvation Army. Honestly, Lofty, sometimes I think your brains aren't in your head.
Yeah, well, where are they then, Shell?
Look, sit down.
Yeah. Oh, Shell.
What is it?
I've got a headache, I think.
Lofty, I think it's time you and me had a talk, right?
What together, Shell?
No, I'll stay here and talk to myself, and you go into the bedroom and talk to yourself.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to stay here with you, Shell.
Look, Lofty, there's something I want to get off my chest.
Oh, well, I'll close my eyes then if you're going to take it.
No, Lofty, I'm talking about you and me finishing. It's all over between us, Lofty.
I don't understand, Shell.
Look, I'm sorry, but I just feel things have come to a head.
Here, well, let me squeeze it then, can I? Look, there's a piece. Go on, look.
Lofty, I don't fancy you. I've got off you. You've got no get up and go.
Well, where do you want me to go, Shell?
Oh, well, all right. Since you asked, Lofty, I just want you to get out of my life forever.
Well, what's brought all this on, then?
I look at other men, right?
Yeah?
And then I look at you.
Yeah?
And, well, you don't do nothing for me now.
What do you mean I don't do nothing for you? I've been slaving in that kitchen, I've hoovered the cat, I've dusted the kitchen...
Lofty, you don't understand what I mean.
I do understand, Shell. I'm more stupid than you think I am.
Oh, I don't know, Lofty. I'm all confused now. Maybe it's me that's stupid.
I know you are, Shell. But I still love you. I'd do anything for you, Shell. Anything. I'd walk across the biggest desert for you, Shell. I'd swim the widest river. I'd climb the highest mountain, Shell. I'd do all these things for you, Shell. 'Cause I love you.
Oh, Lofty. Lofty, I do love you. Look, I tell you what, why don't you go down the Vic, get us half a bottle of gin and we'll have a nice quiet little drink indoors, eh? Hmm?
I can't, Shell.
Why not?
Well, it's raining, isn't it? I'll get all my hair wet and everything. If it gets on my chest, my asthma will play out.
Part 2 of Through the Keyhole. In part 1, our panel successfully pieced together the clues. The record designer clothes, the silverware, the jewellery, the 38 colour televisions and 60 videos. Yes, they identified the home of Shaw Taylor. And now, it's on with the programme. House number 2, as we once again join Lloyd Grossman as we go through the keyhole.
Today we find ourselves outside this charming heist in the north of England. Let's see what we have. Well, just look at all this tatty memorabilia. Let's start with this photograph. Yuck. It's obviously been placed here with a lot of thought, perhaps to keep the children away from the fire. Now what's this engine doing in the middle of the lounge? Is it a hobby, or is it our famous house owner bringing his work home? Either way, it's obvious he likes tinkering with his big end. Just look at this enormous toothbrush. The owner of this house must have a pretty big mouth. You need a smile like a grand piano to own a toothbrush like this. This exercise equipment points to someone who has muscles everywhere, even in his head. Now, is that a clue? So let's consider the evidence. The photograph, the enormous toothbrush, the engine in the lounge. For my money, solving the clues could never be as big a poser as our mystery guest obviously is. Well, David, it's over to you.
Well, thank you, Lloyd. Now, before we let our panel loose on it, here for the viewers at home is the identity of our Through the Keyhole celebrity. Now, let's see if our panel can guess who the mystery homeowner is. Anita Dobson, I believe recently you sang in front of the Prince of Wales.
That's right, darling. And the Rose and Crown, and the Old Red Lion.
And what did you make of the clues?
Oh, I don't know, darling. I mean, who'd want to keep an engine in their living room?
It's a broken-down Rover, perhaps.
Hey, you leave my den out of this. I'll tell you what, though. If he wants to come over to my place, I'll soon get his motor running. Know what I mean?
Yeah, well, thank you, Anita. Jonathan King.
Well, I couldn't get over that enormous toothbrush.
Compared to that, my toothbrush is very small indeed. That's because I can only brush one side of my mouth. But nevertheless, I'm prepared to stick my neck out here and say that the house belongs to someone who, compared to me, is totally insignificant.
Totally insignificant? Like who?
Well, the Queen, Prince Charles.
Well, we don't seem to be doing too well here, do we? So let's ask our favourite double act, Victoria Wood.
I can live without the attacks on my size, thank you very much. I'll have you know that I went into Marks the other day and a size 12 fitted perfectly. Mind you, it was a pair of plum soles.
So have you any ideas about the identity of our mystery homeowner?
Well, I'm not too sure, actually. You see, being a major television personality with a string of BAFTA awards, I'm not used to empty houses. Mind you, the one we saw was so old-fashioned, made Acon Antiques look like habitat.
So what would you make of the exercise bike?
Well, a plant holder would be nice.
Well, we don't seem to be doing too well here, so let's put you out of your misery as we introduce our mystery homeowner, Brian Tilsley of Coronation Street, alias Chris Quinton. Well, welcome, Chris. We all know you as a panel beater. You've certainly beaten our panel tonight. So here's your trophy, and thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks, David. Gosh, this is the greatest moment of my life. Is your camera far enough back so you can get me teeth in?
Now then, Chris, I know you're not supposed to tell us, but can you let us in on a few secrets? What's going to be happening in the street over the next few weeks?
Well, I'm going to be seeing quite a lot of a new bird that's just moved in across the way because her husband's gone on nights. Mind you, I've got a pretty good idea he's going to find out and come looking for me with a crowbar. So, could be a bit dramatic over the next few weeks.
So it'll be well worth tuning in to Coronation Street.
Coronation Street? Who said anything about Coronation Street?
Chris Quinton. Well, next week on Through the Keyhole, we'll be visiting the home of a famous celebrity which features homebrew kits in the kitchen, a still in the basement, and dustbins full of empties. Yes, you've guessed it. It's the home of Oliver Reed.
Thank God for that, darling. I thought it was mine.
Well, until next week, good night.
The Yuletide season is with us once again, and it's that special time of peace and goodwill to all men. And that's why I've agreed to talk to you. Well, Christmas is always such a happy time in my house, with lots of presents and scrumptious food. But I do realise that for you people living north of the Wash, it's probably been a bit of a struggle. Particularly if you spent all your bingo winnings on booze and greyhounds. And that's why I've taken the trouble to prepare a few little hints on how to enjoy the rest of the festive season on a shoestring. Well, to start with, boil the shoestring for 20 minutes. I'm only joking. Well, I expect you've all had a lovely Christmas day with your children. Dozens of them, I expect. And seen their little faces light up as they unwrap their toy. Well, Christmas Day is over now, but we've still got the rest of the festive season to look forward to. So, what to do for the best? Unwanted presents. Yes, we all get them, don't we? You know, cashmere sweaters in colours that don't suit. Or Dior perfume instead of Chanel. Well, if you've received something that you don't like, why not pop down to Marks and see if you can change it? It shouldn't be too much trouble, particularly if the assistant's not looking. But, of course, the worst thing about those days directly after Christmas is all that tidying up. I know I seem to be forever vacuuming up pine needles, and it's at times like this that I really envy you people who can't afford a Christmas tree and have followed my tip and decorated your rotary clothesline instead.
Incidentally, it's not too late to send off for my little book of tips, which I've had specially produced. And if you'd like a copy, then please send a stamped addressed envelope to me at Villa del Fuentes, Malaga, Costa del Sol, España. That's Spain. Happy New Year. I know mine will be.
I'm looking for a clue. Stop the clock!
Well done, Annie.
Oh.
What's the next clue?
Oh, you mean there's more?
Read the card, Annie.
Oh, okay, the sheriff of the Citadel was played by a man wearing Lincoln green. Was he robbing the rich or just coming for dinner?
Oh, that must be Robin Hood. I think it could be the banqueting hall at Nottingham Castle.
Wait, there's a brochure.
Could you head for Nottingham, Annie?
Oh, it's Marbella! It's
no,
Marbella!
it's definitely Nottingham.
No, I think you're wrong, it's Marbella!
Ignore the brochure, Annie. It's Nottingham we want.
Oh, you can please yourself, but I'm going to Marbella.
Annie, we're the ones with the reference books.
And I'm the one with the helicopter. I'll send you a report when I get there. Come on. Where do you think you're going?
5 star. 3 sisters and 2 brothers, living and working together. Well, it's gone midday, so it's time to get up. Move over, Teddy. It's time for morning exercises. There's no getting out of bed the wrong side. They get out of bed both sides. It's time to clean up the act. When you spend all your life smiling, it pays to look after your teeth. No fillings for me, Mom. Even superstars need a good breakfast. And this group know all about dishing out the corn. Well, that'll keep him going all day. Five Star like nothing more than a boiled egg to start the day. Or scrambled if you prefer. Yes, 5 Star are the toast of showbiz. The hottest thing in town. It's time to head off to rehearsals. And always in the right gear. Oh look, it's 5 Car. It's time now to perfect that famous 5 Star routine.
Wait a minute. You don't do the drop down there. Look, I told you do side, up, side, together.
No, man, you got the 2, 2, 3, 4.
But what's this?
I wasn't ready to do the drop
Things
down.
not going right? Or should that be left?
We have another argument. Let's have a short break, right?
Never mind. Time for a break. And back in perfect harmony. Well, that says it all. 5 mugs, all together. Cheers!
Well, unfortunately, it's my last night tonight. Summing up, I've had a great time. Mind you, I did overindulge a little bit, and there were times I felt a little queasy. I really must write to him when I get back home. That's holidays for you. Next week, I'll be going on a more adventurous holiday to the Himalayas, when I'll be climbing Mount Everest with its magnificent twin glaciers. I'm told when climbing the twin glaciers to be very careful because it's extremely slippery this time of year. You can always climb smaller mountains, but none are more magnificent and more challenging than Everest. So remember, you only fall down a double glacier once, so fall down the best. Everest.
Admiral Jim and his trusty crew. For our holiday afloat, we saw a man about a boat. He said it needs a coat, but it couldn't half shift. But the rubber band bust, we found some rust. We didn't know just where we would drift. We were scared we might capsize, but at least with our supplies, a can or two of Big John Smith's. John Smith's Bitter, a beautiful pint with that bit of Yorkshire bite. So Arthur dropped the anchor, which very nearly sank her. We'd have filled up like a tanker if it wasn't for Roy. Then we nearly had a mutiny as supplies came under scrutiny. But mateys, look what I can see, treasure ahoy. So we got ourselves a tow, he knew the way to go to the bounty of a Big John Smith's.
Soup in a cup or soup in a bowl, there's no soup more satisfying than a Knorr soup. So good you go.
I want a man with a slow hand. I want a lover with an easy touch, easy touch.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of The Last Resort with me, Jonathan Ross. Tonight, as per usual, I'll be asking all the questions that the other chat show hosts haven't got the nerve to ask, and I'll also be saying an awful lot. But right now, it's time to introduce my first guest. She's a television assassin, or should I say reviewer, for the Daily Express, a woman who proves the old maxim that those who can do and those who can't become critics. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome Miss Nana Miskow? Well, welcome to the show, Nana.
It's Nina.
Sorry, but I always see you as a Nana myself.
It's easy to remember, N-I-N-A.
Oh, N-I-N-A, which stands for never intentionally nice to anyone. Anyway, Nana, we've invited you along on the show so we can show you a few forthcoming goodies for the new year on the old TV. So let's have a look, shall we?
You value my opinion?
Oh, that's not what I said.
Anyway, I thought the show was dreadful. I don't know how people can find this sort of thing entertaining.
No, wait, hang on a moment.
Nana,
Nana, we haven't shown you the clip yet.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I always say the same thing anyway.
Well, you said it, Nana, so give your mouth a rest while we take a look at a man who digs up more dirt than a JCB in an excerpt from a forthcoming series of The Cook Report.
Excuse me, perhaps I might have a word. I don't want to talk to you. Just a word.
Just leave him alone.
Then you have to talk to us sometime. Please. Dad, Sis, do we have to do this every time I come home for dinner?
Well, any chance you enjoyed that then, Nana?
None whatsoever. Roger Cook, or the running joke as I call him, would do better fighting the flab than fighting injustice. Incidentally, Jonathan, I've heard that in his next series he's going to be doing an expose on people masquerading as television entertainers.
Oh, really? Why are you telling me, Nana?
I just thought you should keep your door shut.
Well, I think you should keep your trap shut, Nana, as we look at the welcome return of another old TV favourite, Call My Bluff.
And the excerpt is branded, and it's Frank Muir's team to define it. Frank.
Well, Brandreth, not to be confused with bad breath, is really an old English word, which means to bore. Was it not cute to say, "Begone, fool, from mine presence, thou dost brandeth me with dull wit"? These days, it's a word used to describe the act of constant and tedious talking. That is Brandreth.
Lisa Goddard.
Yes, well, obviously everyone knows that Brandreth actually comes from the Latin bradeus, which is an adjective used to describe anything that we might call over the top. And if you say somebody is Brandreth, then you can bet your life they've got an inflated opinion of themselves. That's the true definition of Brandreth.
Patrick Moore.
Well, a Brandreth is a noun. It's a clever little creature which is easily recognised by its distinctive colouring. But unlike the chameleon, the Brandreth changes its appearance to totally contrast with its surroundings. You could say it sticks out like a sore thumb. That is a Brandreth.
So it's the act of constant talking, a brightly coloured creature, or a bit of a big head. Which one is the correct definition of Brandreth?
They all are. And it's on to the next word. Well, what did you think to that then, Nana?
Well, there is a word to describe it, but you won't find it in the dictionary.
Well, that says it all, and on that note, it's good night for me and Miss Nana, Miss Cow.
Jonathan, people pronounce my name Miss Cough and not Miss Cow.
Well, you obviously haven't spoken to some of the people you've written about lately, so until next week, it's good night. Nana.
Guess what I got for Christmas? An action man. Here he is now. It's playtime. Come on, action man. Let's see some action.
My young master, the Prince Charming, has commanded me to search high and low throughout the land to find the owner of this glass slipper. He has decreed that whosoever the slipper fits shall be his bride.
How many times do I have to tell you, Dandini? Forget about the slipper.
Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Christmas Crime Watch OK. And we're joined in the studio by the head of Scotland Yard, Chief Superintendent Al Jolson.
Good evening, Gloria. And festering greetings to you all.
Well, we hope you've had a nice Christmas, Chief.
Yes.
Tell us, did you have a big bird?
No, I spent it quietly with the wife and children.
And did you get the children a tree?
No, they live in the house with us.
Well, Christmas is a holiday for most people, but I suppose one could say that the criminal never takes a holiday.
I disagree. My beller's full of them.
No, what I meant was the criminals were busy over Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about the shoplifters, Chief Superintendent.
Certainly. These shoplifters appear in all the big department stores. They usually operate in gangs. And one of the members of the gang makes a small diversion by making an explosion. And during the bang, the rest of the gang help themselves.
Have you any advice for shoppers if they see this happening?
Yes. If you think it's a gangbang, don't get involved. Call the professionals.
Have you caught many shoplifters?
Oh, yes. Well, it's Christmas alone. We've caught over 7,000 shoplifters.
Is that a record?
Pardon?
Is that a record?
No, it's me talking.
Well, out of that 7,000, were there any wrongful arrests? And if so, it wouldn't be the first time an innocent person was apprehended on a shoplifting charge, would it?
Oh, indeed. No, this is a very rare occurrence, which happens frequently. It's not as often, it is simply the work of an overzealous security guard. But let's face it, mistakes do happen. After all, the police are not human. No one is inflammable.
No, you're quite right. Well, with the new year comes another problem, drinking and driving.
God, that's a terrible problem.
Tell us, what drives a man to drink?
Well, usually it's a friend's car, but sometimes they won't.
Will you be keeping these drivers under surveillance?
No, but I will be keeping my eye on them.
Well, as the old year leaves us, Inspector, have you any advice for the new year?
Yes. I would ask the listening viewers to make a New Year's revolution. Keep your eyes shut for anything suspicious. Help us to help you, to help them, help themselves. Keep crime off the streets. Do it on the pavements. And one last tip. If you're thinking of driving, make sure you've got a car.
Yes, well, fortunately we've run out of time, and so it's good night and a happy, safe new year from me, and I leave the final words to Chief Superintendent Al Jolson.
Oh, thank you very much, Gertrude. I would ask the listening viewers once again, if you have any information regarding crimes perpetrated in your area, don't hesitate to telephone this number, with a team of British Telecom. telecom operators are on hand to keep you waiting absolutely ages. Incidentally, all your calls, of course, will be treated with the utmost confidence. Which reminds me, thank you to David Morris of 58 Marston Court, West Hampstead, for the Brixton Bank tip-off. Not the villains we did. Oh, and one last tip for our male viewers. Don't overdo it at the New Year's Eve party, lads. If you pull a cracker, make sure she's over 21. Happy New Year.
Hi there, I'm David Jensen. Welcome once again to the Poxy. As you can see, I've refurbished the Muppet Theatre to bring you car-packed performances of this week's biggest sellers on the network chart. The only one who gives you a really accurate picture that's right up to the minute. Okay, look out for Frank Ifield, who's #1 with I Remember You. But now, if you were thinking of running out and making a cup of tea, why wait for the commercials? Do it now, because it's time now to introduce two people who've done more for compact disc music than anyone else. It's the Compact Prince and the incredibly compact Sheena Easton.
So it comes as no surprise. I guess that you and Nestor's teeth are exactly the same size. Ha ha, hee hee, don't make no fool out of me. I don't need your jokes about being small. I just stand on my money and I feel tall. Ha ha, hee hee, ha ha. I've changed my image. Yes, your hair is not like mine. Who knows, maybe the mustache will appeal given time. Je vous ai Paris, 'cause you have some strange effect. Your great-great-granddad might have been Toulouse-Lautrec. Ha ha, hee hee, don't make no fool out of me. I don't need your jokes about being small. I just stand on my money and I feel tall. A supermarket super saver, but our sell-by date has passed. Ha ha, hee hee, don't make no fool out of me. I don't need your jokes about being small. I just look in the mirror, that says it all. When I get drunk, it's not far too full. We just stand on the money and we feel tall. Ha ha, hee hee, ha ha.
Well, now it's time for Poxy Chart Rundown. Look out for the big climb of the week, Acapulco with Stranger on the Shore. Yeah, these are the charts the BBC can produce. But now it's time to go to the other side of the theatre where we see a special performance of the Poxy Supergroup.
Every now and then, when you see stars like him and me, all performing in a supergroup, some song for charity. Yes, we raised a lot of money. We've been glad to play our part. But the cause we're now supporting is much closer to our heart. This one's for us. This one's for us. It's not for wildlife or for poor folk or the Prince is just. This one's for us. You'll hear us sing. 'Cause home is where the charity begins. Well, I lost him in Mount-E. I was sunk beyond the trace. And a little bit of telly gives a chance to show me face.
Now I know just how you're feeling, Dave. It's been the same for me. 'Cause I still wear the skirts I bought in 1963.
Other people say I look so young when I'm standing on the stage. But I move like Michael Jackson, though I am twice his age. So go out and buy this record. It'll give me such a thrill. 'Cause if see. So if you want turkeys, don't call Bernard Matthews, just call me.